Welcome back to the basement, the friendliest place on YouTube.
My goodness gracious, it's more Kirby, it's more post-commentary.
It's more Waddle Dee with the cap.
It's more Waddle Cap Coast. It's more of everything you want and have come to expect here in Basement Let's Play, the friendliest place on YouTube. We started talking before the video really got going here. And that's okay.
That's how we do things.
You know, sometimes
Basement Let's Play is a little bit of a chill atmosphere over here. We're not as snappy with the edits.
Sometimes we end a video on an orange cone with a black background.
You know, I miss Coney. I named him. I know I shouldn't have, because now I'm attached.
It's too bad his ship sank on that ocean cruise.
Oh, and they named that island after him.
Well, no, I mean, he survived, but he was on a stranded island, right?
Oh, yeah, Coney Island. Dude, I want to go to Coney Island sometime. Apparently, they got good hot dogs.
Legally, he changed his name to James, and then he became he got involved with the FBI. James Coney? Jim? What was his name? Comey.
Are you thinking Jamie Coney Barrett? Who's
that?
Was she a person?
I think Barrett is a Supreme Court
justice. Coney Barrett wasn't. She was a press secretary for Amy Coney Barrett.
Yeah, Amy.
Press secretary for. Right? No, she's a justice.
Yeah, Amy. She's
like one of the newer justices. Yeah.
Dude, there's a seal.
Wow, I pay so much attention to things.
Yeah, really. You can tell we're
She's a press secretary.
We're big Supreme Court buffs. So this is Kirby and the Forgotten. We forgot to turn on the microphones last time.
Kirby and the Forgotten microphones.
And Ted is still Pink Kirby, and I'm still Orange Waddle Dee.
Dude, I love how just feel good this game is. Like, it's not. We're playing on the hardest difficulty, and it's not
too
frustratingly hard. But it's enough that you got to pay attention to what you're doing. Yeah, and if you want 100% stuff, you do have to go back and you got to play and find all the secrets. That's always been a big part of Kirby. Kind of like
the
Mario.
replayability.
If you want to actually 100% the game.
Dude, that was such a big deal to me back when I didn't have many games and I had a lot of time. To have more to do in the game.
Yeah.
You beat the game, sure, but then, oh my gosh, there's so much more. You're only 30% of the way done. It's the kind of thing where, I think I might have not completed, maybe, but gotten close, a lot closer with Mario Odyssey as a kid than I ever did as an adult. I didn't get that much further past Bowser.
Oh, really?
And I know there's so much more.
Yeah.
Life is different, man. When I played Mario 3D World, I didn't end up completing that, but I got real close. I got all the collectibles, and I beat every level on, all the different modes and stuff. I just didn't hit the top of the flagpole with all 5 characters, which would have taken me beating every level 5 times.
At least 5 times.
5 times, right?
Because some of those levels are tough to get the top.
Yeah.
You gotta, be ready when the chance comes, you know?
Yeah. And, with the new Super Mario stuff, some of them it's you have to beat it in a certain number of lives so that it doesn't trigger the offer for the the OP item. So it's if you die a few times in a row on a level, you have to play a different level and then come back.
That's right.
But I am rather
accessibility
proud of
option.
Yeah, I got the new Super Mario Bros. U, all of the stars on the file menu screen or whatever, next to that file.
That's cool.
I did 100% that one. That's probably the last game I 100%ed.
I don't know the last game I 100%ed.
Yeah, there aren't many. For me.
I know my wife has found a lot of joy in 100%ing Assassin's Creed games. And they're big. There's a lot to do, and she just systematically just does everything in every area.
Grinds it all out.
Oh man, it's fun. It's fun to watch her play too. I don't know,
does she revisit areas, or does she clear out an area?
She clears them as she goes.
Move on? Yeah.
She'll revisit a little bit later if she needs to, but for the most part, she just finds all of the quests and stuff to do in that area, and she clears out every zone.
It's fun to see how people do it too, and I think I think that's part of the replay. Like, I'm thinking of a game that's a little more simple to complete. Like Mario 64. You know, to complete it, basically, you just have to get all 120 stars. But to beat the game, you only need 70 if you're not exploiting exploitables.
Right.
And for me, the first time I played it, if a star was hard, I moved on and got an easier star. You know, I went back to levels. I didn't do it efficiently. I backtracked. And when I got to 70, I beat Bowser. And I was like, that was awesome. And then the replay came in getting all 120. And then the second replay came in starting a new file and trying to get 120 before beating Bowser.
Okay.
Right? So, like, you start off with the first world, and instead of getting 1 star and unlocking a door,
you get all
and going into it, you get all of them, and then move on to the next level. Yeah, exactly. So it makes me, what you said about Lisa with Assassin's Creed makes me think of when we were playing, you and I were both playing Breath of the Wild independently, and we weren't doing it for the channel yet. And I went to all the different areas, or you went to all the different areas on the map and activated all the towers. And I would only activate 1 tower and then do a bunch of stuff in that area of the map before I felt like moving on and getting a second tower.
And doing the next thing.
Right, so I really liked sort of slowly unrolling the map and spending a lot of time in each area, and you loved being able to see the whole map right away and then exploring and booping around and getting all your stuff done.
Did you ever see our friend Dave's Path of the Hero? Did I tell you about it?
I don't know.
He wanted to literally exhaust every single possible thing that you could do in the game.
Yeah.
So when you look at his Path of the Hero, it's a grid. He went up and then down, and then up and then down across the map over and over again. He did that with the whole. I think he went maybe area by area, so he didn't go across the whole map.
Sure.
But like, you can see it. It's like colored in. It's like someone took like a pencil,
very systematic,
and just colored in all of the zones. He said it was an incredible experience because you see literally everything that there is to see.
I'm sure.
There we go. First try.
I talked to a guy not long ago who mistook you for our friend Dave.
Ooh, really?
It was Tom. Tom, you know Tom and his wife. They've got kids that are in high school. Tom's wife's a former Olympic athlete.
Yeah.
Kirsten.
Yes. Yeah. Mistook me for Dave?
Yeah, so I was talking to Tom and he was like, hey, I saw Dave.
Oh, he meant me. He knows my name.
Right.
I lived at his house.
And I was thinking, yeah, I run into him from time to time. And he's like, and I was like, are you guys still doing YouTube together? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, that's not Dave.
He must have just misspoke.
Dude, I died and then I came back.
That's right. We learned that you can just recharge.
Okay, what did we miss? We missed a Waddle Dee.
The secret. Make landfall on the Isle of Treasure.
Isle of Treasure. Coney
There's
Island.
also a hidden Waddle Dee there.
Right.
Oh, Coney. Oh, I remember the cone.
Oh,
the cone.
If
you missed the cone from the last episode, you missed out. The cone was.
Although there may or may not be a cone at the end of this one.
That's true. Coney might make a return.
Coney 2.
Don't skip ahead. Don't spoil it for yourself.
The coning.
The cone. I'm just looking forward to the koinonia that we can have with this cone.
Coney 2. This time, it's conical. Dumb.
Yeah. Cone 3. The
Return of Cone.
The Wrath of Cone. I was like, there's a joke coming, but it's coming a little too slow.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
The Wrath of Cone. I'm making myself laugh now. Dude, okay. I was on the way home from a trip yesterday. Yeah, yesterday.
Go on.
And I'm editing a video, and because I've got a laptop now that can do some editing, which is really super helpful.
It was either that or buy a PC with 4 wheels and a steering wheel.
Yeah, and one of those is just completely not tenable.
Right.
But you can't guess which one. So I'm editing this video, and I got headphones in, and I'm like chuckling, I'm like laughing.
Sure.
And
what video?
I look over to Lisa. It was the prop hunt video that just came out.
There were some chuckle moments in there for sure.
And I was just laughing at just the music at the right time and the antics. And Lisa looks over me and just smiles, and I realize gosh, I'm so lucky to be able to have a hobby that is also a job that is also just something that makes
genuinely fun.
Laugh. It makes me laugh.
And to have a spouse that gets that.
Yeah.
To the point where she smiles just and is genuinely happy for you laughing at us being dumb. It's just a super big blessing. What's so funny? I'm being dumb for fun and money.
I'm being stupid.
Oh, good for you.
And sometimes it's the dumbest stuff.
I support you, dear.
And sometimes it's the dumbest stuff that makes me laugh. What's up? Get it? Because she went up. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I got it.
It was really dumb.
And then the not funniness of it becomes funny.
Exactly.
Oh, it's so good.
Man.
I had a thing. I think I lost it, though.
Oh.
Do you remember the old days when we used to... Oh, I remember. When we used to...
Write down
Right,
topics.
or it mattered to us to remember the thing we were going to say.
Come back to the story.
So, yeah, or even if we never started it, to start it later, because we thought of it was a good thing to say. To the point of not thinking of new things to say.
It's true. It got us stuck.
Yeah.
I remember a couple times just getting into the zone and realizing it works so much better when you don't think about what you're saying. You just talk.
Sure.
But man, it's hard at first. And you get in your own head about what you're saying.
Right. And it's a good lesson for newer channels out there too. People trying new things or finding new things. This channel for us it's special to us. It's important to us. We love it. We have a ton of fun with it. But it is our second channel. It's our, what I would call, low effort channel. Mm-hmm. And it's better than the early content on our high effort channel. When we were putting in a lot of effort. And because we didn't, there's experience. You just don't know what you don't know. And, if we can not try and be better than we were when we tried really hard years ago, it's because those years did something good for us. Yeah,
they added in
and you can't
lots of experience.
You can a little. You can ask for advice from people with experience,
but there are certain parts of it though that literally are a skill that you develop, like practicing an instrument. Learning how to play music on a certain instrument takes a certain amount of practice and play, and actually being out in front of people and
right and learning better will accelerate that process, but it won't short circuit it.
Right, you can't just skip. You can concentrate it, but you can't skip it. But I remember and we still should do this, Peter, because I think it would be super fun. We just got to figure out how to do it. Hey, maybe in between contracts we'll have time. Find time to do it.
Yeah.
Improv class.
Oh, that would be great.
We've talked about doing that.
We've talked so many times about doing that.
But we get lots of improv practice every week.
True.
We're getting better at it just because we do it so often, and we force each other to do it. Like that one time when you had you had that slab of salmon. Remember that?
Yes. Are you going to provide any context?
Well, I didn't want to spoil it, but I mean, it just you had brought this slab of salmon into the basement. And it was just like there was no skin on either side, and you'd already deboned it.
Right.
And I just looked at you like, what's the deal with the fish?
Well, I mean, we didn't. So my plan was to make it for dinner, and we didn't have any room in the fridge. We ended up making something else. Plans changed. It's not important. So I thought the basement is cool and dry. It would be a good place to store it until, I figure out something a little more permanent. I think I had to wash the only Tupperware that I could fit it into without folding it in half.
Yeah.
So I'll have to tell you the rest of the story next time.
Yeah, but I mean, basically, long story short, I ate the whole slab of salmon when he wasn't looking.
Yeah.
And then I got oily fish fingers all over the controllers. It was a big mess.
Yeah, I wasn't, exactly that. Until next time, basement dwellers.
Hey, look who's back.
It's Coney.
Oh, he's so cute.
We think that you are more of a frown that's upside down than
a smile. In the basement.